of seaweed wrapped around my body. Woo! Ah. Oh, this feels incredible. Ah. Well, nice to know that my vacation's going well so far. Ah, hold on. Let me get on the water real fast. Hold on. Ah. Man, the water feels great. Woo! Okay, so I know that today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, folks. And there's clearly a new Hot Ones guest this week. Unfortunately, I'm not really going to be able to do their classical reaction that I normally do because I really couldn't bring my computer out here. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to dry off and do my low, high, neck and kindness. Then I'm going to set the camera up like I normally do. Then I'm going to run inside. See, because, no, full disclosure, I have like this screen ready to go see who is actually this week's Hot Ones guest. But I couldn't really look at the screen right away because, again, I want to do the reaction. So, again, I'm going to dry off real quickly, set the camera up like I normally do, and then quickly run like hell inside. And, water here. And then react as soon as I get back outside. So, anyway, while I'm getting ready, let's do my low, my high, my active kindness. I would say that my low is, right now, I would say the jet lag is starting to hit me a little bit. Because it's like well after 10 o'clock in the morning as I'm getting this video done. Like, yesterday I did it like an hour ago. Now it's definitely slower. My high is I got to spend the entire day with my family, and not just my mom and dad, but also my cousins that are visiting from Ohio, which is great. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of family lately, which is pretty cool. And my act of kindness was obviously preparing for helping prepare for my cousin's arrivals in terms of, you know, cleaning up everything, you know, entertaining, stuff like that. And it was a great day. Now, if you excuse me, I need to. What is it? Well, let me. Okay, now I'm going to quickly run and see who this week's Hot Ones guest is. I'll be right back. Oh, no way, 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 no way. No way. Oh. Hold on. No way. Sorry. Dude. It's Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn's gonna be on Hot Ones, man. That is so... Okay, can I please get the camera ready? Thank you. Yeah, this week's guest is gonna be Vince Vaughn. That is dope as hell. Oh, man. Oh, that is awesome. Now, I miss seeing Vince Vaughn on more stuff. I think the last movie I saw Vince Vaughn in was Hacksaw Ridge, but that's like the last time I saw him like in a movie. I remember falling in love with Vince Vaughn when he was on Wedding Crashers. Which, fun fact, that was the very first R-rated movie I ever saw. So, yeah, man, Vince Vaughn, Hot Ones. That's awesome. I mean, I know he wasn't Rudy. I know, he's been in other stuff too. But what could he be promoting? To my knowledge, I can't really think of anything that Vince Vaughn is promoting at the moment, like movie-wise. I guess, is he writing a new book? Actually, I don't know if he's ever written a book before. I can't think of what he... Maybe he's the executive producer on a project that's being promoted right now? I don't know. But look at Vince Vaughn, man. All we need now is to get Owen Wilson on Hot Ones, and we'll have Owen Wilson, Rachel McAdams, Christopher Walken, Isla Fisher, Bradley Cooper. Actually, I'm surprised Bradley Cooper hasn't been on Hot Ones yet either. I mean, as I mentioned, I don't know if Christopher Walken should be on Hot Ones. Don't get me wrong. I love Christopher Walken. Everybody does. But him taking on the Wings of Death, I think that might actually kill the guy. Because he's got to be like, how old is Christopher Walken? Like, mid to late 70s at least? He's got to be getting up there in age. But whatever. We got Vince Vaughn. That's awesome. And I can't wait till Thursday to talk about it. Speaking of things to talk about, I gotta talk about it last night because yesterday was just a full day of like going on boat rides and being with family all day. Went to the Village Tavern for dinner, which, get this, on Monday nights, the Village Tavern has a really good deal. We get like a really good ribeye steak, fries, whatever the vegetable is, and either a soup or salad for $22. I'm like, yeah, dog, I'll take that. It was a good dinner too. And not to mention, Village Tavern has that, the bread with the pesto. I love pesto. Man, for those of you guys who don't know, basil is my all-time favorite herb, and that's like the main ingredient in pesto. So, yeah, I love it. I love going to Village Tavern. And, this week is going to be days filled with lots of fun activities to do. I'm pumped. I'm excited. And I can genuinely tell you that it's been a year. It has been the greatest year of my life. For those of you who don't already know, a year ago yesterday, I told you that, yesterday I told you it was a year ago where I thought it was, I was at the lowest I could possibly feel emotionally. I mean, physically I was present, I'd be here, but I really was resigned to just living in the gray. In fact, if you recall July 29th, 2023's video, the sky really was gray above me. Thankfully, that's not the case this time. And, again, I'd be present, I'd exist, I'd be able to see my nephews grow up, which actually choosing my nephews over a certain someone is what caused me to be in the gray, but that's neither here nor there at the moment. And, that was it. I would probably never know what joy or happiness is ever again, but you know what? That's fine. I mean, you don't need, I guess in a lot of ways you do need to be happy to live. Well, you don't need to be happy to live, but you need to be happy to live life. And unfortunately, just to live was all I was going to be able to do. And it was 1 year ago today that, I got a call from a friend asking me to go to her son's second birthday party. And, I hadn't seen this person in quite a long time, and, I'll be honest, I was feeling so down, I would have been down. I was feeling so low, I would have been down for just about doing anything that could have made me feel even a little bit, content. So, I accept the invitation to go. And I grabbed one of my homemade jars of pickles I had up here. And it was my mom's idea to bring a bottle of champagne. So I went to, and the party I was going to was only like a 10-minute drive going down that way towards Penn and it was a straight line too, so, it's not a problem at all. I was able to go. And from the moment I arrived at the party, I met the nicest, friendliest, warmest people I've had the pleasure of knowing and meeting and knowing. And from that moment on, these people became my second family. Not since I was at Trinity Pauling did I ever feel like, well, if I ever felt as welcome and, accepted. I mean, Trinity Pauling was vastly different in a lot of ways, especially since, and I've said this many times doing these videos, like, the people I met at Trinity Pauling, I met some extraordinary people there. Like, there's a reason why we call ourselves brothers, because in our own way, shape, and form, we all go through the ringer. So if it sounds like I haven't really talked about Trinity Pauling in a long time, I'm sorry about that. But know that, anyone from Trinity Pauling is a brother of mine. I don't care what anyone says. But for like the last year, this family, the Blythe family, like, they took me in. They made me one of them. I never really got to have much of that when I was a lot younger, which, I could explain it now, but I think I'll wait till December to do that. And if you've been watching me for long enough, you know why. I never got invited to go to, parties and stuff like that, or be included in anything, or anything like that. And, this family's done that for me for the last year. Anything they needed me for or invited me to, I was there. And I'd always make sure I'd bring something, whether it was, I'd make, obviously, my homemade jars of pickles, because, listen, bring a bottle of champagne and a jar of pickles, like, literally my friends, like, anyone who does that, they are going to be invited back. I'm like, yes. Anyway, I would bring, like, a bottle of champagne or pickles, or I'd make guacamole, or for scat, we'd do something called scat and sketty, and I'd make garlic bread, because, you gotta have garlic bread with spaghetti. I learned how to play scat, too. I taught my family out in Colorado how to play scat because of this family. They're the Blythe family, in case you couldn't tell. Like, I was able to, I can smile. I can actually be happy again. And, I knew they cared about me, but I really wouldn't know, how much they cared until, my birthday last December. And I remember it well. I just turned 34. And it was myself, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, and my grandfather. And sadly, it would be the last birthday I celebrated with my grandmother before she passed away. More on that in a second. And we celebrated my birthday by going to dinner at Libs, which, listen, it was on this doc I talked about Libs for the very first time on day 550. I've said it once before. I'll say it a million times more. Libs is the best place ever. Straight up. And you can quote me on that. Don't get me wrong. I've been to a lot of great places. I just went to Village Tavern last night. Phenomenal. But Libs is just, like, Libs is God, and places like Village Tavern, Lakeside, like everybody else. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, I had a phenomenal dinner at Libs. I'm with my parents and my grandparents. Like, that birthday dinner could have been just that. And I would have said it was a birthday. It was a fantastic birthday, and I'm going to remember that forever. And I do. But before the meal was over, this one waitress that I know, and the Blythe family also knows, walks up to me and hands me this gift bag. and it was filled with a whole bunch of gift cards to places like the Elbow Room, which has the best wings in 607, like places like the Sub Shop, Country Crawlers, Harry's, place I'd never been to before. And then there was a birthday card. It was all signed by members of the Blythe family. I remember, I'm pulling out all the gift cards and stuff, and my mom is like, wow, you got a lot of stuff. And then I said, Mom, this is a family that goes above and beyond for the people they care about. And that's what they did for me. They went above and beyond for me. And they made it the best birthday probably the best birthday I've ever had in my life. And they would show how much they cared by going above and beyond again when my grandmother passed away. This family was among the first people to send their condolences. And they also gave me a few gifts, including this really good granola and these amazing chocolate chip cookies. And, they showed how much they cared. And I knew at some point, between, inviting me to all the, scat and scatties, holiday parties, birthday parties, a gender reveal I went to. The gender reveal I went to, that was from that family. I knew I had to do something to reciprocate in any way. Anything less than going above and beyond, that would not be acceptable for me. But I really didn't know how to do it until last January. Hold on a second. I gotta quickly grab one last thing. So, I don't use this towel anymore, I'm fine. Oh well. It looks like I'm covering myself with a blanket now. So, about a month before I got the invite to go to that birthday party, this family lost someone very near and dear to them. Leukemia. His name was Joe Blythe Jr. It's been around 13 months since he's passed, and that loss is still felt among that family. Obviously, when he passed away, they had merchandise like this, beer cozy in honor of his memory. And, see, Joe was I never met Joe, but in the last year, I learned a lot about him. Much like myself, he was a huge nerd that liked video games and comic books and comic book movies and superheroes. He was a Buffalo Bills fan. Go Bills. He loved going to the lake. His family was on Keuka Lake, doing swimming and boat rides and stuff. He loved going to music concerts. Legend has it, when he met his wife, that's when country became his favorite genre. Which reminds me, he loved his family very, very much. I've met his family, and I've met his 2 kids, and those kids are going to grow up to be heroes someday. You mark my words. Now, I knew I had to reciprocate all the kindness that the Blythe family showed me, but I didn't know how until last January when someone took one of these cozies to the Bills home playoff game. See, Joe never got to go to a Bills home playoff game. So by taking this, they were able to take Joe to a Bills home playoff game. And that's when I had to brainstorm. Because last August, my family and I we made plans to go to Colorado, which I was just at, to scatter my grandmother's ashes, specifically in Lake Dillon and the very top of Shrine Pass. We were also going to go to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band play at Red Rocks. I ran this idea by several members of the family, and they thought it was a good idea. So, for all intents and purposes, I was able to take Joe Blythe Jr. to Lake Dillon. I was able to take him to Red Rocks. And I also made sure I got him in the front row and him in the very back row. Yeah, Red Rocks. Funny story about Red Rocks. We actually tried to see if we could sit up front, but we couldn't. Oh well, we tried though. But because it was the Friday when we did going to Lake Dillon and going to a Red Rocks, and we were going to do Shrine Pass the next day. But there was such a big gap in between doing Lake Dillon and going to Red Rocks. My parents and I decided, why don't we just go to Shrine Pass, scatter my grandmother's ashes, and get that over with? I took Joe to the top of the mountain. I took him with me. And let me tell you, just getting to Dillon, Colorado alone, you're already at an elevation of over 9,000 feet above sea level. The base of Shrine Pass, 11,094 feet. The very top of Shrine Pass, you're easily over 12,000. And believe it took me 50 minutes to get to the top. And because of the altitude, you better believe I got discouraged because of the heavy breathing. But I took Joe to the top of the mountain. I did. I pulled it off. And also, before we left for Colorado, just because the opportunity was there, I took Joe to see the Marshall Tucker Band over at the Point of Bluff Vineyards over there. Yeah, remember I told you guys about the Marshall Tucker Band? Took Joe there too. Honestly, look, I know for a fact that Joe's actual view was probably better than anything I could ever show him here, but I think he'd approve. And full disclosure, a part of me was thinking maybe this was a bad idea, what if I get yelled at, or they get mad, or this family gets mad at me, which, in my defense, I did ask if I could do this. And several of them thought, and I got 3 yeses, so, figured, go for it. It's hard, I can never really make any guesses as to what this whole year would have been if, I never got that phone call, the message to go to that birthday party a year ago, which, the one sad thing, well, actually, there's a couple of sad things. One sad thing is it was the second birthday party last year. His third birthday party was this past weekend, but I was in Colorado, so I couldn't go. So, I hope this makes up for it. And what's worse for me is, as some of you guys probably know, my account got hacked, and there's a lot of friends from that family that I'm friends with on Facebook. Unfortunately, a bunch of them haven't accepted the friend requests yet. So, there's actually a chance they may not see what I did. But, I'm sure someone will probably tell them. Hopefully. Folks, every once in a while, you come across something that you see, or hear, or you meet someone that effectively changes the course of your life. And that's what the Blythe family did. You know, they made this from July 30th, 2023 to today. This has been the greatest year of my life. Well, technically a leap year because it's 2024 is a leap year. But again, this is the best year of my life. I'm sure I'll be seeing them again soon. Guacamole or jars of pickles or garlic bread or whatever I can make in hand. And when I'm with them, I know I can smile, be happy, and have fun. Because I know I'd be right where I belong. Whew. It's a good thing I'm wearing my sunglasses right now because, like, it would look ugly behind these glasses, man. Whew. But I did it. I did what I said what I was going to do. And I can say I took him to the Keuka Lake, too, even though we probably there before. A year ago, I was feeling my absolute lowest. And now, even though it wasn't always easy, and there were definitely some hurdles to overcome, I'm in a much better place. A happier place. A higher place. Because of this family. And I can never thank them enough for their kindness. Again, I'm sure I'll be seeing them soon. And if anyone from the Blythe family is watching this, I hope this finds you well. And I'll tell you what, I really am kind of hoping you're not mad if I did anything wrong, because I swear I didn't mean anything wrong in doing what I did. I swear. I think I better sign off before I become an emotional wreck. So, actually, what I'm doing, everybody. I hope you all like this video. If you did, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humble to make this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I hope we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or chat, we're here to lend you your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. I did it!